What comes to mind when I say China? You probably picture the futuristic skylines of Shenzhen or Shanghai, the relentless speed of high-tech manufacturing, and a global economy that rivals the United States. Now, let's go back just 40 years. This economic giant was a nation defined by extreme poverty, widespread famine, and an isolated agrarian society. How did a country lift over 800 million people out of poverty and become the world's strongest economic competitor in a single generation? It's a story that defies traditional economics. It wasn't luck. It was a calculated, decades-long strategy involving everything from controlled capitalism to massive state-led investment. In the next 10 minutes, we're breaking down the untold history of the China miracle, the secret of its growth, and what its rise truly means for the rest of the world. To understand this transformation, we have to look at the pivotal moment, 1978. The country's leadership, spearheaded by Deng Xiaoping, made a pragmatic shift. They moved away from a strictly planned economy towards a model they called socialism with Chinese characteristics. In practice, this meant opening the doors, but carefully. They didn't simply flip a switch to capitalism. Instead, they created special economic zones. Think of these as economic laboratories. Cities like Shenzhen were allowed to operate under market rules, while the rest of the country remained under state control. It was a controlled experiment. The deal offered to the world was simple. China provided vast land and a massive, cost-effective workforce. In exchange, foreign companies brought capital, technology, and manufacturing expertise. It was a symbiotic relationship. Western consumers got affordable goods, and China acquired the industrial base it desperately needed. The scale of what followed is statistically unprecedented. This triggered the largest human migration in history. Over the last few decades, hundreds of millions of people have moved from rural farmlands to newly built megacities. This urbanization fueled a construction boom that reshaped the global commodities market. China became the world's largest consumer of steel, concrete, and energy. But the narrative of cheap labor is outdated. Today, China is executing a new strategy, moving up the value chain. The focus has shifted from assembling toys and clothes to dominating high-tech industries, electric vehicles, green energy, and artificial intelligence. However, this rapid ascent has created complex structural challenges. An aging population, rising labor costs, and significant internal debt are testing the sustainability of this model. The question now isn't about how China grew, but whether this growth can evolve in a changing world. Manufacturing and trade. China is often called the factory of the world. It is the largest exporter of goods and, by 2024, the largest trading nation globally. Its industrial output once accounted for over 40% of global manufacturing, today around 30 to 35%. In recent years, the government has steered industry into high-tech sectors. China now leads the world in electric vehicles, renewable energy equipment, telecoms, and IT manufacturing. For example, in 2024, Chinese factories built 12.4 million electric cars, about 70% of global EV production. The country also filed 1.8 million patent applications in 2024, roughly half the world's total, a sign of its rapidly growing innovation output. State-backed plans like Made in China 2025 and massive R&D investment, about 2.6% of GDP, have pushed China toward higher value-added industries. Indeed, China now rivals the US in R&D spending. In 2023, its research outlays were about 96% of US levels on a PPP basis. Urbanization and infrastructure. The most visible change is in cities. In 1978, fewer than 20% of Chinese people lived in cities. By 2014, that had surged to over 50%, and by 2021, about 64.7% were urban residents. Hundreds of millions of rural migrants flooded into Shenzhen, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and countless new cities. China's rise is one of the most extraordinary stories of our time. A nation that rebuilt itself in just one generation and reshaped the entire global landscape. But behind this success lies a far deeper story, one filled with risks, turning points, and choices that could redefine the future of the world. And that's exactly what we'll explore next. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out. And if you want part 2, just comment, "I want part 2." I really appreciate it.